Greetings. Oh, wow. It's good coffee. How are you? I don't see the chat here. Oh, Jason's here. Jim, Danny, Mobius, UFO Bob. Wonderful. All right. I see the chat. Excellent. Welcome, everybody, to another morning. It's now Tuesday morning in Tokyo, and it's probably Monday where you are, unless you're in this time zone. Vaughn, who is in Australia, is in our time zone. She's in Tuesday. Most of you are not. It's true. It's true. Christmas has started early in our household. I usually start November, like 10th or something. So we put the tree up, and Kanai has her creepy dancing. She's looking at me. She's not. She said, creepy. These creepy dancing things that we bought in Munich. She said, it's not creepy. It's kind of creepy. Slightly creepy. It's creepy. They're like in poses. One of them lost an arm in transport, and she's an amputee, which is beautiful because I think that everybody should be able to dance. But just a little bit, I don't know. They're like looking at me. It's looking at me. So we got Christmas starting early. Christmas in Japan starts about 3 days after Halloween in Japan. Halloween starts like September 1st. All right, as soon as summer's done, they need something for marketing. Halloween is there, and then Christmas is there. And neither of these are really Japanese holidays. It's something missing. If you come here, Halloween is about getting drunk in Shibuya or on the Yamanote line from 20 years ago if you were on the Yamanote Halloween parties. I think I accidentally went on one, and I never went again. It was just really dumb. People drunk on a train, scaring locals. Police taking everybody off on Shinagawa, the Yamanote Halloween party. That evolved in the Shibuya one with the government. And I will never go to the Halloween party. It's just a tourist thing. Locals, only like if you're a college student, you might go. We kind of avoid that. I'm looking at like real stories. But Shibuya, I don't know how long they're going to be doing that Halloween party anyways. Every year, it's getting a little bit nasty down there. All right. So we get a lot of news. A lot of news here. Drunks on a train, that's right, UFO Bob. Drunks on a train in Japan, usually they're salarymen, but they keep to themselves, except when they onto the platform. But for the most part, when Westerners drink on trains, they get really rowdy. They do dumb stuff, like do pull-ups on the bars and scare people, and they talk really loud, and that's not good. Very rarely do you see that with Japanese. There might be some drunk guys, but they're sort of semi-mindful, and they get off pretty quick. Or they pass out. One or the other one. All right, YouTube Fan Fest, first up. It's number 1. YouTube Fan Fest is on December 4th at Makuhari in Chiba. And I believe in the Twitter post, there's a link to get some tickets. I would love it if you can come to join us. I think it's a lottery. Yes. There's so many people want to go. It's a lottery, so I don't expect a lot of people wanting to wait in line to go to this thing where there's a bunch of Japanese. But I do think it's going to be a pretty amazing, culture. If you do go, it's going to be a pretty amazing cultural thing where you're surrounded by like 99% Japanese. And these people are really into their YouTube creators. And we don't have anything like this in the United States. So when they asked me to do this, and I know Greg Lamb from Life Where I'm From, Chris Broad from Abroad in Japan, all hit 1 million subscribers either this year or really late last year. Like, we all did it around the same time. And they didn't, and they're not going. Just me. Of all of the, Rachel and June's not going. Simon and Martina's not going. Just me. Sorry. I don't know why, just me. Why are they picking on me? I'm a little bit scared, actually, because it's intimidating a little bit, but I've never been really that intimidated because the first episode of Only in Japan, I just took off all my clothes and wore fundoshi and ran around in February. So it's not like I'm embarrassed or intimidated, but I can tell you I don't know, I feel a little bit out of place. So the more support, even online, sorry, I don't know if I'm coming down with something. Even online is a big deal for me. I think that'd be really cool. Just to watch live and then have some cheering on the live stream. It's not the best time. Anosh will be awake. It's like 6:30 p.m. I think it starts, but probably they give me the award for 1 million subscribers around 7:30 maybe. And Kanai and I go straight, not straight, we'll come back, get our bags, and we go straight to the airport to go to Europe. Sorry. Where we're going to be doing meetups in Europe. We arrive in Vienna and we eat at a cafe and get some strudel or something. Then we go straight to Prague. Then we check into the hotel and we're going to do a meetup at the night market in Prague. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Then 2 days later, that's on the 5th. Then on the 7th, we arrive in Nuremberg in Germany and we do a meetup at night in Nuremberg. And then on the 9th, we'll be in Innsbruck. And we'll do a live stream as well there and do a meetup in Innsbruck in Austria. Why am I coughing?
Okay.
Yeah, why?
Drink coffee.
Copper pot. That's the copper pot.
Yeah, because the air is so dry.
Ah, yeah. We have the winter in Japan is tough because of the dry air, and my body's still acclimating. And then we have maybe a meetup in Vienna. In wow,
Yeah, right?
that's weird. I wasn't coughing like I have oatmeal. Maybe I breathed in the powder.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, powder and nut.
Powder and nuts. I have an allergy to nuts, maybe.
You want water?
No. All right, so there's that. So the meetup, I'll put a list in the description, and we'll probably do some Facebook posts to let you know what's going on. Wow. Kanai's Michael level, number 2, is going to be launched this month. We're going to just do a test run, so we might have, we could show for 2 seconds. All right, there, that was her head. She's escaping. I do have 2 seconds. 1, 2, okay. There you go. She's going to do the Michael level, and we're going to do it. It's not a level. It's just like boxes. We're going to make like 10 or 15 boxes, I think, and then see if there's any demand for it, and to see how we can make something out of this. All the money goes towards Kanai and her ballet school. So we're going to say, I'm going to die on live stream.
Oh no.
I'm fine. I would say that though, even if I wasn't. That's weird. I wasn't coughing like 5 minutes before we started. Could be this oatmeal scaring me. All right, the new channel. It's called Eat. I don't think it's just dry hair, Nosh. I think it's more than just dry air. The new channel, which I'd called it Eat and Stay. I'm kind of still working on it, but there's some stuff going on. I broke my GH5 camera, and it's right now at the Panasonic store in Akihabara being repaired for over a week now. And that's taken me off of my game, off of my schedule a little bit. So I think I get that back tomorrow. I start to film again. So I've been filming with the iPhone 11 Pro because I had no choice. Even my tripod is broken in my office. I gotta get a new tripod. Everything is breaking. You see that right there? I gotta get a new tripod. I gotta get a new computer. This is a 2015 iMac, which is good, but it's starting to show its wear in the when I edit videos. It's taking longer and longer now, so probably gonna have to redo that. So 2019, this month and next month is a big refresh. I don't know if I'm gonna get the new MacBook Pro 16. We have a MacBook here, and I hardly use it. I like to do it at desktop, and it might be just a waste of money. That is a nice looking computer. The 10th gen Intel chips. Nosh might appreciate this. The 10th gen Intel chips are not in this one, and they will make a big dent into the processing time on videos and the rendering time on videos. That's a 10 nanometer. Yeah, I'm not getting 64 gigs of RAM, Nosh. That's like crazy. 32 is more than enough. 64 is a luxury, and I don't want to waste the money. I'd rather use it to bring Kanai to travel than something that maybe I might use every now and then. For 4K video, 32 gigs of RAM is pretty good. Just you can't change the RAM after you've ordered the computer, which is a pain in the neck. I like what Apple did with the new MacBook Pros, the 16 inches, bringing back the old keys and the escape button, which is huge. And, you know, I might get it until the new iMac comes out, because I'm not buying a new iMac unless they redesign the thing. Come on. Mobius says, ask Santa for new gear. I'm asking, I would sit on Santa's lap. Where are you, Santa? There's no Santa to sit on the lap in Japan. And if you do sit on his lap, it's probably not a real Santa, like at the shopping malls. You know what I mean? Come on, Mobius. Just kidding. So Kanai's Michael level will launch probably, I guess we'll make an intro video for you guys on just Patreon only. Maybe on our Discord server. And introduce the Michael level. And you can see if this is something you're interested in and then purchase it. And then I want to see if we can add a photo of Kanai with the products, and then she will give an introduction herself so you know why she bought it and what it does. I like that. So kind of personalizes a little bit. And we did the math. Even after you've done the shipping and the taxes and everything, it's not like a big... we don't do this to make that much money off of it, actually, but I think it's enough where it should help Kanai's school. She's working hard on her school, ballet school. How many students do you have?
30.
She has 30 students. She has a big 30. Says her school's getting bigger and bigger. How many students did you have last year?
22.
Around 20. So it's a 33% increase this year. It's pretty good. That's good. All right, my coughing fit is over. Main channel news. I got a bunch of videos queued up, but I'm just working. I'm working on the opening. I've been working on the other channel, working on the live streams, getting the emoji ready to launch for the supporter button on the Go channel. And I'm waiting for the opening of the new opening, and it's not done. And I'm not sure what to do, so I might just release a video this coming week anyways with out the new opening. So there's a lot of content on the main channel, actually. It's all built up. So we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. The next one I think is either going to be Hello Kitty Sanrio Pearland or Driving Japan video, which is the rent-a-car one I've been sitting on for like a month now, over a month maybe. So we'll get that out there. The European meetups, I think I announced that. Prague on the 5th, Nuremberg on the 7th, Innsbruck on the 9th, Vienna on the 11th. So every 2 days we get a meetup. And then we have 1 day to ourselves. So it's half Kanai and I and half you. And I've got my German SIM card from last year, and I'll probably shove that into this iPhone 11 Pro, and then we're going to do some live streams. And that's going to be pretty cool because I love Christmas markets. I love the spirit of Christmas. I'm not really religious, deeply religious, you know. I don't think a lot of people are who celebrate Christmas, but to me, I would love to use the eSIM, but I don't know. It's just too complicated for me. I'm not bright enough. I tried to use it in China, and maybe that's why in China. And even in the United States, I just couldn't. That's just, the companies look shoddy, and I don't know if the signal's going to be as strong. So I just usually, I have one from Vodafone in Germany last year. Worked awesome. So I'm just going to put that back in and recharge it. China doesn't have eSIM. I think they do. They have something. Don't they? Oh, no, it was Hong Kong. Hong Kong had something, I believe. Maybe. I don't know. I tried. We'll see. Maybe I do. But I've got the Vodafone SIM card, which works in the iPhone from last Christmas. All I have to do is charge it up. So it should be good. Anyways, I will have something for Prague. You can use the German SIM card just about anywhere. The roaming fees are pretty low for Vodafone, so I'll definitely be doing one from Prague. Prague live stream, baby. And then Nuremberg, which is going to be awesome. They have what they call the best Christmas market in Germany. That's a bold statement because Germany has amazing Christmas markets. We love, I don't know, my father's family is originally from Germany. So I have like this connection. He says from the Heidelberg area. Daub is a German last name, so there's something there. I'd like to go find my family there one day, see if they have the same. My mom made us a little bit darker, but we to see, you know, who they are. I've never met the German side of the family. We have some family in Poland as well, in New Zealand, and yeah, we have in Auckland,
Wow,
and
I've never heard of.
yeah, now Japan. so so that's gonna be so I'm really looking forward to going back to Europe, to Prague. There's so many places I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Amsterdam because only in Japan has an exhibit in one of the museums, and it's in one of their semi-permanent exhibits for 7 years. They said it's on the Kanamata Phallus Festival. They put that video in the museum with some pictures of me, and they said that if I ever go, I get free entry, and they'll very happily give me a tour around the museum. So I'm looking for it. I've been wanting to go to Amsterdam for like 3 years now, 2 years. So I probably will go back next year in 2020 to North Europe to visit friends in Sweden, maybe Norway, in UK. So that's on the books as well. And of course, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia. I'd like to come down to visit tons of friends down there. And then Kanai and I want to do a road trip on the west coast of the United States because I've never seen much, and we have a lot of friends down there in all along the coast of California up to Washington. We got Jim up in Washington State, and we have a lot of people in Oregon. A lot of supporters in Idaho. I mean, there's lots of places where I'd like to go and visit the people. So we're thinking about doing a lot more of that and take advantage of our family, our community. Come to San Francisco, absolutely. I'd like to see more of California. I've only seen the airport, and I saw Alcatraz from the air. That was pretty cool, from the airplane. I just changed planes there once, but it would be nice to go back to California. And I know we got a big community there. We had a live stream from Tasty Chronicles, Madison and Jason in Canada. That was really cool yesterday. I didn't get to see it live, but I saw the photos. The one of Madison cracked me up. It's hilarious. They're having fun with the daimyo packages. That brings me to the next thing on the agenda here. Holiday and Christmas cards for supporters. Every year, I make a promise that I love the end of the year. It's going to keep us really busy. It's going to keep my label maker really busy. So we have the normal normal Patreon postcard club postcards will go out. I think it might go out after we come back from Europe. So those might go out on the 12th or the 13th of December next month, okay? So that might come after Christmas, but it'll get there to you, maybe even before Christmas. Before we leave to go, we're going to send out the end-of-year holiday cards to Samurai supporters that have been long-term supporters on the Samurai and have your address. Even the welcome members, if you've been supporting for a long time, expect to get something in the mail. So I know the welcome members can't see this live stream, but you want to make sure you have your address written in there. Make sure it's updated, and you'll get something in the mail. Last year, I sent out to every Samurai supporter a postcard just because we had a really wonderful year, and I thought it'd be great to just send everybody one. And that's what we did. So daimyo, postcard, Samurai, even welcome members who'd been supporting for 3 or 4 months got a postcard, which is awesome. So expect that. I'm making the designs right now, and we'll order them. And there's like 600 or like 500 postcards will be going out, which is crazy, right? I'm looking forward to that, to put the stamps on 500 postcards. It's fun though, because Kanai and I will do it together after, it takes a few hours, I think, but we'll just do it little by little. We get 150, take a break, 150, take a break, and then we take it to Tokyo Station to deliver it from Tokyo's main post office to get that Tokyo stamp on it. So we'll do that probably by December 3rd, I think those postcards will go out. And then December 13th for the monthly daimyo and Postcard Club postcards. And the daimyo packages we'll try to get out before we leave as well, maybe on the 4th of December, so that they arrive by Christmas. And inside the daimyo packages, if you've been supporting for a while, you'll get another little present inside of your box. And Last year we gave Olympic pins for the 2020 Olympics, and this year we're thinking about it. So if you have some suggestions, pass it along. We try to keep it simple, but just a little something to say thank you and we love you for the support, because it's fills in a lot of the income for this channel, and being able to travel as much as I do. That's all. I put this back in the show. Yeah. Questions here, tons of them. I will go over them. I have them right here. I'm also in the living room. You can see here the Christmas tree, and right there on this new TV, I've been waiting. I was waiting for, I think, 6 years to buy a new TV. I had an old TV for a long time. So I was waiting a long time. And I just said, I'm just going to buy one. It's way too small. It's way too big for the stand. I had a much smaller TV. But I got to buy a new stand. This is a OLED one. And right now, this is the DVD, the Blu-ray for the hitchhiking thing. And I've added a couple of new things, like a map here of the trip. See if I can go back here. Can I go back? Oh yeah. And some bonus things, and then on the main Blu-ray, I have the main audio, and you can actually change the audio. Hold on a second. There's a second audio track. Oh, maybe it's not. There's a director's track on there. So then you get to hear Kanai and I talking about the trip. Turn that off. It's scary. The director's track, and there's only on the Blu-ray. Blu-ray looks really beautiful because I put a lot into it, and I had a hard time with that because the back and forth with the disc maker company. It's a wonderful company in Pennsauken, and they put a lot of care into it because they don't want you to spend. I think it cost me like it cost me a lot of money to get 1,000 of these made. So we're gonna have a ton of them to sell afterwards. But I wanted to make sure it was perfect, and they did too. And it just took a long time because the Blu-ray is 23 gigabytes of data, and they said that I could upload it in 4 gigabyte things, and then they would try to put it together, but it sounded like it would be too much trouble to do that. So I just kept sending them. And then the first couple of discs weren't up to standard for a master disc. And so I finally got that approved, and now the discs will be coming on December 4th. And Ellis in New York, bless him and David, if you guys are watching, thank you, will be helping me to deliver these so that you get them by Christmas. He and David are very, very good friends of the channel. They're good friends of Kanai and I, and they will be sending these inside the United States. And then internationally, I'm going to see if I can do that here from Japan. But I want you to get these discs. And the USA was the best place to order these Blu-ray discs. And then after all the Kickstarter supporters have it, Patreon will be next up. And if you've been supporting for a while, I don't know. I don't know if what the price is going to be, but we'll find a way to say thank you also for the long-term support, because we started this Patreon during the hitchhiking trip, and this is a culmination of a long time coming, a culmination of a celebration, because a lot of the supporters here have been since the beginning. They have been sticking with the channel, and we'll see how we can give back to you too, because I think that that's something really, I mean, I cannot show my appreciation enough for that. Stephen writes in here, greetings from Germany. Stephen, I'm talking to you directly right now. Stephen, I remember meeting you at the Munich meetup last year. You came all the way from Frankfurt. I so much appreciated that. I know if you do come to Nuremberg, how far it is, but if you do, that'd be really awesome. I would love to see you again. This is to Stephen. Won't be able to catch you live, but looking forward to watching the Q&A for the exciting updates, especially over Europe for the meetup next month. I knew you were going to bring that up because I read this before. Yeah, if you do make it to Nuremberg, Stephen, we're going to have an awesome time. And yeah, I mean, it's like 1 year I haven't seen you, so Looking forward to that. Tracy Lee, Kanai's biggest fan, and by far she is Kanai's biggest fan. Tracy Lee is one of the most ardent supporters of Kanai, encouraging, so sweet, so nice. Thank you, Tracy Lee. There's a lot to discuss. Fingers crossed, I'll have a signal here. Hopefully that you can watch this, Tracy Lee. But yeah, Kanai's daimyo package. We'll have something. We'll have something for you for that one. That's gonna be great. And thank you always for supporting Kanai. Sunny to Jesus, Taste Chronicles writes in here. Big agenda. It's very big. It's very big. I can't believe I'm almost done after 25 minutes. I still got a lot to talk about. I hope you can catch us too. And thank you so much, Tasty, for always. We call you Tasty. I should call you Sunny. Here, it's Patreon only. We love you, Sunny. Thank you so much for doing the live streaming of the Patreon unboxings, the daimyo unboxes. It's pretty awesome to see how everyone is reacting to what I send. That makes it pretty special for me. It makes me think I should add some more, or I should up the game, or I should give something that they've never eaten before that'll freak them out. So I'm always thinking like this as a result. So thank you for pushing the bar higher for the daimyo packages. We have also reached a record on the amount of people supporting on the daimyo packages. We're sold out. I just can't buy enough of them for this month, so I won't be able to do any more until next month. So thank you for the support for that. Amazing. Ado writes in here, I bet it's 2 a.m. in the Netherlands, probably. I think it's 7 hours difference. So yeah, it's right now middle of the night. I apologize. We'll find a better time for Holland next time. Jason writes in here, lots to cover. We're getting there, Jason. We're getting there. Do you come to the Netherlands? I answered that, Ado. It's my brain. Ado, if you ever go to the it's like the Amsterdam Museum of Life. What's it called? It's a world-renowned museum. But if you ever go there, you'll be the first one to report back on seeing it. I haven't heard from anybody. I wonder if it's still there. But and the Tropen Museum, something Tropen. I don't know. I have the email from the curator who asked for permission for the video. But yeah, I will be in the Netherlands for sure. Kanai has a friend who's living there, and we met her 3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, last time we were doing a backpacking trip. So we will be back in the Netherlands. If not, to get some Fabo, food from the wall. I love to get to spend like €2 and just open something in the wall and take out a deep fried croquet or something. It's weird, awesome, love it. Some Stroop waffles. Clifford I. Kruger. Hey, Clifford. I remember when Clifford joined, and Clifford was like, how do I join Patreon? I want to support. Clifford, thank you so much. You've been a supporter for such a long time. Really, really appreciate it. What major holidays in Japan as a tourist you do not want to be there? I don't know. I think if you're coming during Golden Week, this is a week where all of Japan has off. You might want to avoid that because everybody domestically is on the go. Everything is so expensive and it's crowded, and no one is working too. A lot of the shops will kind of shut down a little bit. It's a different way to see the country, but the weather usually is perfect too, which is probably the name Golden Week. It's just perfect. Always pretty sunny and warm. Winter has broken by then. It's after the cherry blossoms. The weather is just absolutely perfect. You can wear shorts comfortably, but it's cool enough. No humidity. I would avoid that though. Maybe come in early May or right before the rainy season. Rainy season starts around the second week of June, I would say. Maybe around the June 10th. But you don't want to hit that. And Shogatsu is nice, but that's also very busy. That's the New Year's Day. December 30th, from December 30th on, it's pretty slow going in Japan. Things slow down a lot. There's special foods. People are with their family. Shops are closed typically January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So there's not that much you can do. But that's also a good time if you want to just go hiking, walk around. The streets are quiet. Everyone's at the temples and shrines. That might be a time to avoid in Japan. but it also might be time to come because it's different. It's special. It depends. And if you have a reservation at a ryokan, that's even better. You can soak in the onsen, watch movies, enjoy your tatami room, look at the view, and there's nothing you can do about it because everything's closed. And all the tourists are, it's just a relaxing time. For me, it's a relaxing time. It was kind of boring. We don't do countdown parties in Japan. We don't do like New Year's countdowns. They do it, but it's a Western thing. It's just really limited to Roppongi. People go home and watch NHK. That's seriously, that's what they do on New Year's Day. I've been doing that a couple of times, and I remember between 1997 and 2002, I was in another another continent or country for New Year's Day. It's crazy. I was in when was it? 97. I was in Paris, and then in 98 I was in Bangkok. 99 I was in Sydney for the Millennium. In 2001 I was somewhere else. Where was I? 2001. I was somewhere else. It's crazy. And then I just said, I don't need to do the countdowns anymore. First one, excited to see what goes on. Hey, Jeffrey, welcome to Patreon. Thanks so much for joining. You can always contact me here. Discord is a great place. We have an amazing community there. And I hope you get a lot out of this. We'll try to add some more support, some maps and things like this. I'm going to do some planned day trips for people. I'm going to add some value to being a Patreon supporter for those who are thinking of coming to Japan or planning their next trip here. So I really appreciate the support. We passed 600 Patreon supporters. That's awesome. So we're going to add some more things to it. And guys, that's one of the things I'm thinking. I might do that in live streams and the other channel, but I want to come up with routes or assets for you if you visit Japan for the Patreon. So we'll have some of that coming up. And Vaughn, is there any flavors of Tim Tams you wish are not made? I liked the almond flavor. It was like a vanilla almond that the what was it? The latte, the one I sent you. What's it called? Bite. Bite made this like vanilla almond one, almond milk flavored, which was so good. It was a natural almond milk taste. I love Tim Tams, but it would be good if they had something like a creamy, natural tasting one. Japan has this amazing. I know Nosh probably maybe agree. Like, I don't know, maybe you won't. But I remember the first time I went to the countryside and they had ice cream flavor milk. That was the flavor of the ice cream, just milk, right? It's like, what? Okay, it's not vanilla, it's milk. That surprised me. It would be pretty cool if they had like a milk flavored Tim Tam, just a sweet milk, or like a natural tasting one, with a little bit of sweetness in it. Milk can be naturally sweet, maybe if you feed the cow sugar. Wonder. But yeah, Tim Tams would be pretty cool if they had something naturally. Kinako, some Japanese flavors maybe would be pretty interesting. Some fusion. Tim Tam fusions, where Tim Tam, when you eat a Tim Tam, you feel like you're in another country, like an Italian pistachio gelato, or maybe Japanese green tea or hojicha, or some kind of flavor that takes the eater to another place. Or not, I think you could do that with specialized runs. And I like the Japanese model where you introduce something for like 3 months, and then it's gone. It's special edition. It feels exclusive. And every time you do that, it becomes a media event, right? Everyone wants to cover what's the new flavor this company is producing. I know it puts a lot, it costs more and it definitely takes more effort, but you also get more exposure for free in media and lots of Instagrammers. And this is the way the media works. Social media works. You always have to have something new to give people something to talk about. I know that Tim Tam already does that, but I think it'd be cool to travel a little bit. I'd like to see regional flavors. Maybe there can be a Perth flavor and a Brisbane flavor and a Darwin flavor. What it would be, I don't know. Darwin could be like, maybe Brisbane could be like mango or something, Queensland mangoes, or Northern Territory koala steak. I really don't know what's up there. Maybe some citrus fruits and some Perth, whatever they got in Perth, kangaroo dogs. Not sure. Meat pie flavored. I like those. I don't know, but I'm sure I'm sure that Tim Tam can come up with some great stuff. I love Tim Tams. The problem with Tim Tams though is that they're very expensive in Japan, the Australian ones, and they're the better ones. But we do have ones from Indonesia, and they're sold here Don Quixote for like $1.50. They're like 30 yen in Indonesia, but they're sold for $1.50 here. But the Australian ones are like $5, like 500 yen here. So 450, 500 yen depending on where you buy it. So yeah, that's a competitor for the Bite. But it's interesting because Vaughn is our Tim Tam connection here. And I loved every single one that you sent us because we put it in the freezer and we did the Tim Tam slam, which is pretty interesting. That was fun. That was fun. There's a Tia Maria and Koala mint slice. What? I wish I tried. Yeah. I love the innovations. I like the collaborations between different brands. We started with a coughing fit. Now I'm feeling just fine. I do intend to do another live stream today. I'm thinking of a topic that I can do. It was rainy this morning, but it looks like the sun's starting to come out. I have something as a backup plan for a live stream. Freeze-dried food, which is really cool. So I might do that with Kanai at 11:30 or 12 o'clock, or I might just go outside and do another one. But the freeze-dried one will probably be done in November. I want to get that out. Do some more why live streams, asking questions and answering them, as well as some food ones. Halal ramen is one that I want to do. My friend Joe Hatab, who has, I think, 3 million subscribers, is coming to Japan on the 22nd, and he wants to eat puffer fish, fugu. We have limited edition flavors on Tim Tams. Yes! I know. I'd never seen so many. When you sent me the package for Peter and I'd never seen so many in one pack. I've never seen so many Tim Tams. It looked like a library of Tim Tams. And I saved that for a while before I just had to do the unboxing. But that was pretty amazing. And I gave them to Peter and Joji to do something, but I think they just ate them. They ate them and they were really appreciative. So thank you for that. I'll never forget that when that package came. That was pretty amazing. Yeah, if you want, you can go ahead and send me a question for the next 7 or 8 minutes. I will answer live questions and just talk. We did have mango flavor. Oh, mango flavored, pretty good. But you have to give it like a region, I think. Japan did this with the Kit Kats. It was genius. They didn't just do like a citrus flavor Kit Kat. They did it with a region of Japan, and they kind of made it with that region's flavor, and that made us want to try it there because we could kind of taste what those famous mangoes or famous things taste like a Miyazaki or Tokyo soy sauce. You saw this with the potato chips that I sent you in a daimyo package a couple of months ago. They were Saitama Unagi grilled potato chips. And they had a series, Calbee had a series where they put it in the 47 prefectures had their own flavor of potato chips. And everyone, you couldn't eat just one bag, you had to try like dozens in order to travel around Japan. That just made it really fun. I like that. Yeah, I've asked supporters who are Muslim who would want to do a live stream with me, and we had 3 people who responded, so I'm looking forward to doing a halal ramen live stream because I'd never done anything like that. Or I might do it on the main channel, I'm not sure. It's hard for me to give certain groups, to make something based on certain groups, but at the same time, I think it's very interesting that Japan is really trying hard to accommodate everybody. I think we just have a lack of diversity with religion in Japan, and people just aren't that religious, except in holiday periods where they're supposed to be. So halal food has increased from like nothing to something. And even pure veg for Indian travelers is starting to grow. And vegetarian food and things like this really wasn't much of a consideration in the past. So I will do, because it's one of the most requested ones, do something with halal food. So I need to find somebody who knows what they're talking about because I'm not Muslim. And I need somebody who can help me with that. And so we have some people. So I'm looking forward to get in touch and working with them. Halal kebabs and amiyoko Saturday night. Whoa. And I want to see if you're still here. We'll find a way to catch up. there are mosques all over Tokyo. The one in Setagaya is very famous. I had a friend of mine who was an actor in Pirates of the Caribbean 1 and 2. Rudy! Rudy! He was also in a Space Brothers movie here where his spaceship crashed. It's a major picture called Space Brothers. He was the guy driving the space car on the moon, and he crashed, and I think he died. Or did Rudy live, or did he die? Space Brothers, I don't remember. Space Brothers were Japanese brothers, but he was part of the American crew, giving him support. But Rudy is I don't know if he's Muslim or not, but he introduced me to that shrine, the mosque in Setagaya. It was pretty incredible that exists here. So yeah, I've been to Easter in some churches as well, and I have a friend who went to the University of Michigan who is a priest here, Father Paul, and maybe we might go for Christmas service there. I'm not very religious, but I have I'm very interested in it, so spiritual. Feels good. It's good to feel something bigger than yourself, you know what I mean? And to feel that the unity in people and the goodness. So I like to see that. And that's what I see with Christmas. There's just so much goodness in it, you know? People think, you're supposed to think about other people, not the presents and the shopping. You're supposed to think about other people. So that's what makes it kind of special. So you're thinking about other people and people are thinking about you. And that's what makes this holiday period, Christmas period for me, very, very special. Ever consider entering a business partnership, turning OIJ into a small media group? So OIJ is produced by my company called Weblish, Yugin Gaisho Weblish. I started that in 2005 as a media company, and it's grown. I have clients. When I go to the Asia Spelling Cup, that's done because that company has been a client of only in Japan for over 10 years now. So I have some very, very long-term clients. And when I do partnerships, and one of the reasons why I can do, I don't need Tokyo Creative, is because I have my own company. I have my own clients, and I have my own reputation here, and I have an ability to do that without adding risk to other companies. So I've done collaborations with that. I don't know. I have to see if it's a natural connection. And whenever I do a sponsored video, I wouldn't even say it's sponsored. If I decide to do a topic where the production budget is paid for by like Magical Trip or something, it has to be something that has a natural connection, and they have to let me do it my way. And that's the only criteria. It has to be something that has value, and it has to be something that is not overly commercial, and something that feels natural to the viewer, and it's not a waste of time. I don't do a lot of this sponsored videos. I don't know if you're talking about Mobius, but if there's a natural business partnership, I would. I have a friend named John from New Orleans who visited me. I saw just a few days ago. I wish I had more time to hang out with John. One of the nicest people I've ever met. Thinks about other people. He's a good guy, and I met his family the time he was here before. His son, also named John, it looks like he's gonna be a big, strong guy too, like his dad. He had some really great ideas of doing seminars and other types of things that I'm not even thinking about yet. And he brought a lot of new ideas to me. So I'm always looking for that. I just haven't had enough time to reset off of that. I'm trying to get the new channel. I'm trying to do something. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background that you guys don't know. The bigger you get with the channel, the more complicated it also gets. But also, you have to keep the feeling that things are simple. I think I can do that because they are, but they're not. Things are simple, but they're not anymore. You know, they're simple, but they're not. There's so many requests come in, and you want to say yes. You don't want to say no to any of them, but it's very hard. What do you eat for Christmas dinner? Jeffrey, wow, great question. Not Kentucky Fried Chicken. If that's what you're insinuating, which maybe you probably are. We have Christmas cake, and I probably don't eat anything too special. I had sushi a few times, and they had Elvis Christmas playing in the background. That was pretty funny. We requested it. Do you have any Christmas tunes? He goes, oh, he checked in the back and he put in some CDs of Elvis Christmas on the speaker. That's pretty funny. And we were eating sushi at a sushi shop. That was my first Christmas in Japan. Sushi. Interesting. Christmas cake. I don't get that anymore because it's overpriced cake. I'll try to make my own cakes or brownies, and maybe that's something I'll introduce to Kanai. We'll just make Toll House cookies, Christmas cookies on Christmas Day. There's nothing more special in a household than the smell of freshly baked cookies with the Christmas tree in the background and Christmas song and eggnog to add to the third chin. There's nothing like that. So maybe that's what we'll do. That's Christmas. Make cookies, listen to music, drink eggnog, get fat, work it off on the 26th. Anybody meet up in Kyoto until the 24th? Oh, okay, yes, Taylor Max in Kyoto now. I mean, it'd be great to see you like this week in Tokyo. I have a lot more free time now this week than I did before, so I'm trying to take a break today. That's why I'm doing this today, because I get to take a break. There was some more stuff. Oh, so there's this company, I don't know if you can see, Oloclip. I've been using Oloclip to give a wider view. So I think Nosh would be interested in this. Oloclip to try to get a wider view. The 11 Pro is the phone that I'm using right now on the gimbal here. Has been really good. It's a wider view because the sensor's bigger, and so it makes it smaller naturally compared to the last iPhone. So you're not so close into your face. This is pretty perfect. But I just ordered the Oloclip so then I can go even wider with this. So that means you get to see some more in the front. And it's just a matter of time before YouTube allows me to pinch and then go even super wide with the live streams. But Oloclip has been very supportive. I don't know. They sent me a free clip when I broke under warranty, and I really appreciated how easy that was. They didn't give me a hard time like SanDisk, which gives me a hard time to replace products that break. They were really nice about it. So I emailed them to be one of their luminaries for Oloclip to do wider lenses, because I love the wider it is, the more you can see, the more interesting it is, I think, to look at. You know what I mean? So we'll see. That'd be pretty fun to be an Oloclip luminary. Panasonic might sponsor the main channel where I just show. Oh yeah, and I didn't talk about that. You want to hear Kanai's version? So Panasonic might become a sponsor where I show the phones. Show their camera, and then they sponsor the video a little bit. I'm not sure. My friend Dean is working on something with them, but I've contacted Panasonic a few times. In America, they're very generous with their luminaries and people who use Panasonic cameras. In Japan, they're different. They're not nice. They're like a big, boring company who doesn't want to do anything. Sony is the same in Japan too. They don't really support local creators. They do it in America, but they don't do anything in Japan. It's like, I don't know, it's the culture here. So Panasonic might work with them. I like Panasonic. I've been using GH5 and the GH4 for 5 years now, and it's been really good. Really good cameras, but their autofocus isn't so good. We had a bad experience with ANA 2 days ago. Very bad. And it worries me a little bit with that airline. And I can tell you guys, I don't complain on the live streams yet about it, but we booked a ticket over 2 months ago to go to Europe, and now I looked and we have no more seat reservation, so we don't have a seat assignment. And I said unassigned, so I looked in there. I said, well, okay, let's do it now. We have to pay $25 to sit together. And I said, you guys are a 5-star airline. You should never have to pay. If you bought the tickets together, you should sit together. That doesn't make any sense. They would separate families and hold them ransom for $25. If you don't pay our $25, you cannot sit together. That's ANA to me. So we complained about it. So I went to the airport, and a few of you might appreciate this. Have had this happen. I speak conversational Japanese. People can understand me pretty good. So I asked the lady she understood me. I said, I want to get a seat assignment, and where can I do that? Can I do that here? And then she understood me. She goes, Then she turned and she talked to Kanai, who didn't ask her anything because she looked Japanese. And I was like, whoa, what the hell is this? That's the most disrespectful thing, because I'm the one who bought the tickets. I'm the customer. I'm the one who is like flying all over the country. So why just turn to my wife and talk to her and not look at me, who asked you the question? That it happens so often in Japan too. Said if Kanai talked to somebody in America in English and they understood her, and the guy turned to me and answered, that would be awful, right? So it's the same type of thing. So that's number 2. And then Anna didn't tell us. She told me to go to the international wing. So we took a shuttle bus for 10 minutes, went all the way to the international wing, and then they said they couldn't help us. I said, why? I said, you don't have your passport. So this is the international wing. If you don't have your passport, we can't access your ticket information without a passport. So who has a passport? We just came from the domestic, and they told us to come here. And they said, sorry, we can't access this without your passport. I said, well, I had a driver's license. I have a residence card, all of it with my address and picture, and even the credit card that I used to purchase that. Can't you confirm it with that? Sorry, need a passport. That's our rule. I don't know, but Anna, ANA, we call it Anna here, might not be that 5-star luxury airline that we loved anymore. I think it goes up and down. It's like if the consumer is buying Anna a lot, they take advantage of it. Same with Apple. If you are so loyal that you only buy that and you won't look at the competitors, there's no more competition, they take advantage of that. JAL has had pilots who were drunk and has had some bad PR problems, and everyone is trying to fly ANA. So now they're taking advantage of it. Now they're charging customers. The service has gone down. They're ruder. They're trying to get more money out of us because they know that they're the best. When that changes, then they start to kiss up. I'd love it if we didn't buy Apple products for a year and watch how quickly those prices come down and how fast they release the innovations. So sometimes people need to be handcuffed by that. So if they're going to hold me ransom, then we're going to find out what happens on the December 5th after the YouTube Fan Fest. If Kanai and I can't sit together, oh boy, that's going to be not a happy time. Because we booked this months ago, right? We booked this months ago. We should not have to pay to sit together. And if they don't accommodate us, they're going to hear it from the people too. So respect your customers. Never heard of an international flight where they didn't, if you booked early enough, they didn't accommodate you and put you next to your family member. Never heard that before. They have seats available and they won't sit us together unless we pay. I probably will pay. It's not worth it because I don't want Kanai not to sit. You know what I mean? So we'll see. JAL is good. You know what? Get any airline that you can to come here. Take the cheapest one, whatever. It's about getting here. It's not so much, you forget the flight pretty quickly. If you have a lot of money, then maybe you can upgrade. But Anna's a nice flight. If it's the same price, then you can fly Anna. But I still don't think that I think that all the international carriers are all pretty good, and I've flown all of them. And in the end, they all have something that's a problem, and they all have something that's really good. So, it's all balances out in the end, I think. Any other last questions? They did remove the JKO. They removed it. I think they just reset the system. They put in a new policy. But because it's 3, 3, and 3 in this jet, they put the aisle and the window with cost, all of them. I don't care if I sit next to the window. I just don't want to sit apart from my wife. So that's weird. 333, aisle window is $25. And if you don't pay it, you can't sit next to your family members. Awful. I can understand if it was a solo traveler, they would do that, but why would you do it with a pair who paid paid for those tickets? Make every penny possible. Anna does not need to do that, all right? They charge a premium for a reason. They got a reputation. Their flights are booked. They don't need to do that, all right? but they do. And they take government money as well for their promotions because they promote Japan. They're not doing badly. They don't need to be Ryanair, but they are. And that disturbs me a lot, especially if they're going to take government money. ANA came out of bankruptcy protection a year ago. I think you're talking about JAL, Nosh. ANA, I don't believe went bankrupt. JAL did. And JAL came out of bankruptcy, and they had, because they took public money, I believe, for the bailout, they have some things that they can't, for example, sponsor only in Japan. I talked with JAL about that. I don't know about ANA, but from my understanding, it was JAL that went bankrupt. Maybe they both did. But JAL had really big bankruptcy problem. So, there's no more questions. So I can go? Can I go? Maybe I can go. I don't know. Hey, Solaris likes my tree. Oh, okay. Nosh has a question, but want to ask offline. Oh, okay. Just ask me anytime. You can ask me anytime. There you go. So if you have any questions, you can just write to me, because if you're in the Patreon, you have that access. One of the reasons why I do these for a longer period of time too is because I know that people are always tuning in, and I think people are getting off of work on the West Coast, and I always want them to see if they can catch me. Yeah, and Solars, we're waiting, man. We have to coordinate with you. We gotta go to Disney. We can do like 2 live streams and maybe even more. We could do a lot, have some fun, do some damage. Because it sounds cool than just having fun. Some damage. There you go. I don't know. Oh, Nosh, I wanted to ask you, have we had this boomer talk yet? Haven't seen any boomer comments. Like, okay, boomer. I don't know how that's so negative, because I think boomer sounds cool, like boomer, yeah. I don't know. And call me one. I was born in the disco era, so I don't know. I haven't seen any boomers. That kid at the spelling bee said, "Okay, boomer" to you. Did he? He did not. I was born in the 70s. My dad's a boomer. How can I be a boomer? I don't mind. I don't want to be it if I don't have to be it. Do I have a choice? I'm a disco era. Disco. It's cool. Okay, disco guy. It's sort of cool. Anyone over 39 is a boomer as an insult. It's not a very singeing insult, though. Right? I don't know. I'm not insulted. I just don't care. Just call me. That's how my generation definitely sees it. If they think they're insulting boomers, let me tell you, younger generation, we, the boomer generation, we don't care. We were making a lot of money more than the younger. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like really fake excuses. We're happy with our lives. We know what we want to do, younger generation. We've made our decisions. We've lived our lives. We don't care about your insults. All right? Danny's born in 1990. That makes you a boomer. Danny. Danny, you're like Gen X, man. Gen Y. Gen Z. Danny, you're born in 1990? Wow. You're like Kanai's age. We'd love to see Danny. Danny. Oh, you know what? Wait. Okay. Yeah, I have your note, Danny. So thanks for sending that. I have that, and we're waiting. We're in a holding pattern, but we'll get that in there. I don't know, but if you do discover new bad words, I will add it to the list, because boomer is in the list now. But I don't know. Maybe like a boom like on a ship. Maybe on a sailing boat. We need to the people will be like boom, and they can't type in, because I think I added boom as well. That's too much, maybe. Boom doesn't sound. Maybe that's a bad word. It sounds like a bomb. So I took boomer. Okay, boomer, as just 30 years old in February. Okay. You're Aquarius too. Good. Yeah, Aquarius right here. All right, guys, thanks so much. I think we've run out of questions. I'm just here for a while. Boomer, okay, space boomer, and hashtag okay boomer. All right, I think I got all of those. And I just wrote boom and mooer. I added a bunch of other ones that probably will never be used. Yeah, and even misspellings. Okay, bummer, I think has been put in there. You never know. People are pretty creative with using the F word. They've found ways to make it so weird that it still, you know what they're talking about. Okay. All right. All right. I got to get back to my cold copper pot coffee. Kanai is getting ready for something, and I have to do the postcards and everything. And if you do have anything that, if you're a daimyo, if you ever have a suggestion for something to put in the packages, because I know Katayama loves the Kit Kats, and I might do that a little bit more because I know that Katayama likes the Kit Kats. Oh, that would be a wonderful. What do you guys think of the daimyo thing? The a very like a very nice small box of Kit Kats, like the very gourmet Kit Kats that you can only get in Japan. That might be pretty interesting, like 3 or 4 flavors in one. They're pricey. Maybe get something like that and wrap it and put it in there for you. That might be pretty cool. On top of the rest of the stuff, we'll find something that we can do. That might be a pretty good idea. I like the Olympic pins though because they're like you can only get that for a limited time. You can only get that for a limited time. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Keep in touch. We covered a lot of stuff here. Let me know what you think. Kanai and I, at least I plan to do a live stream later on today. So Nosh, notification, and see you again real soon.